Imagine waking up every morning with legs that feel strong, stable, and full of life. Say goodbye to muscle weakness, painful cramps, and the constant worry of falling. When it comes to staying active, independent, and confident, proper nutrition is the key. And today, we're going to show you the 7 most important vitamins and minerals that can help you maintain strong, powerful legs. These vital nutrients do everything from improving muscle performance and protecting bone density to boosting circulation, making a real difference in your daily mobility and well-being. If you love taking walks in the park, dancing, or just having the freedom to do what you want, this video is for you. Before we get started, let me know where you're joining me from today. Feel free to ask any questions or leave a comment below. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a health tip from Senior Health. Let's work together to build a better, more resilient future. 1. Vitamin D, the foundation of strength, of course. Our bodies change as we get older. We lose bone density and muscle mass, making it harder to do things that used to be easy. A lack of vitamin D is one of the most overlooked causes of this decline. This vitamin is critical for the proper function, balance, and strength of your legs. But here's the problem. As we age, our skin becomes less efficient at making vitamin D from sunlight. This is made worse because many seniors spend less time outdoors due to lifestyle changes, reduced mobility, or fear of sun damage. The result is a silent weakness that gradually makes muscles weaker and legs unsteady. Low levels of vitamin D are directly linked to muscle weakness and an increased risk of falls in older adults. Countless studies have shown that vitamin D helps prevent falls and fractures by strengthening muscle fibers, improving coordination, and boosting balance. A study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that people with a deficiency experienced a higher rate of muscle wasting, which made simple tasks like climbing stairs or getting out of a chair much more difficult. But vitamin D's benefits go beyond bones and calcium absorption. This supervitamin boosts to processes that have a direct impact on muscle performance, protein synthesis, and neuromuscular function. Think of it as what keeps your leg muscles firing on all cylinders. Without it, they struggle to perform at their best. Vitamin D is also crucial for maintaining the health of fast-twitch muscle fibers, which are involved in quick reflexes and balance. Research shows these fibers help your legs react quickly when your balance is off, helping to prevent falls. When you don't get enough vitamin D, the health of these fibers declines, slowing your reaction time and increasing your risk of injury. This may be a surprise to some, but vitamin D can also help with persistent leg pain and stiffness by reducing inflammation in muscle tissues. For those who regularly suffer from cramps, stiffness, or unexplained pain, optimizing your vitamin D levels can provide significant relief. Ignoring a vitamin D deficiency can lead to even more serious health problems, not just weak legs. The most frightening are fractures and osteoporosis. Without enough vitamin D to absorb calcium, your bones become fragile and are more likely to break. Even a small fall could lead to a fracture that severely limits your mobility and independence. A lack of vitamin D is also associated with a weakened immune system, cognitive decline, and a higher risk of heart disease. So, besides skeletal and muscle problems, seniors who are deficient may experience a lower quality of life due to weak legs and an increased risk of chronic illness. So, how do you fix this? Reaching optimal vitamin D levels is simple and can have a profound impact on your health. Here are the best ways to get it for strong, stable legs. Sunlight. You can get a natural boost by spending 15 to 30 minutes in direct sunlight, ideally in the morning or late afternoon. To get the best results, expose your arms and legs. Just be aware that sunscreen can block vitamin D production. Foods. While it's hard to get all you need from food alone, including fatty fish like mackerel and sardines, as well as fortified dairy, egg yolks, and mushrooms can help. Supplements. A vitamin D supplement is essential for many seniors, especially those who don't get much time outdoors. While higher doses may be needed for severe deficiencies under a doctor's care, most experts recommend 800 to 1000 IU per day for optimal bone and muscle function. A simple blood test can tell you exactly where your vitamin D levels stand. Because of its importance in reducing the risk of falls and fractures, vitamin D deficiency is now a standard test for older patients. 2. Calcium, the backbone of mobility. When you're younger, your bones are constantly remodeling, but as you age, bone mass gradually declines, making you more prone to fractures. Your legs are especially vulnerable. The most common and devastating injuries for seniors are hip and femur fractures, as well as stress fractures in the lower legs. When your bones don't have enough calcium, even a small fall that wouldn't hurt you in your younger years can lead to months of recovery or permanent mobility problems. But calcium is not just for strong bones, it's also essential for muscle contraction. The intricate relationship between calcium ions and muscle fibers is the foundation of every movement, from walking to standing up from a chair. Calcium acts as a trigger for muscle contraction, ensuring smooth, controlled movement. Without enough of it, your muscles can cramp, feel weak, or simply lack the power needed for stability. This is why a lack of calcium causes many people to have weak muscles, slow movements, and frequent cramping in their legs. So, how can you make sure your body is getting enough calcium? Dairy products like milk, yogurt, and cheese are great sources, but they are not the only ones. You can also find plenty of calcium in foods like sardines, almonds, leafy greens such as kale and bok choy, tofu, and fortified plant-based milks. The key is variety. To ensure constant absorption and proper bone maintenance, it's best to include a mix of these calcium-rich foods in your diet. For those who have trouble absorbing calcium or have dietary restrictions, the amount of calcium from food alone might not be enough. In these cases, a calcium supplement can be very helpful, especially when paired with vitamin D, which boosts your body's ability to absorb calcium. However, more isn't always better. While calcium is necessary, too much, especially from supplements, can cause digestive problems, kidney stones, and deposits in your arteries. The sweet spot is key. The ideal daily intake for older adults is 1,000 to 1,200 milligrams, which can be achieved through a combination of natural foods and, if needed, supplements. Beyond what you eat, physical activity is a critical part of calcium absorption. Weight-bearing exercises like walking, resistance training, and even light jogging promote bone remodeling and help direct calcium to where it's needed most, your bones and muscles. No amount of calcium can fortify your bones and joints if you don't move around. A lack of calcium weakens more than just bones. It takes away people's freedom to move, their ability to participate in the things they love, and their independence. Calcium-supported bones and muscles are the start of a life of independence, stability, and confidence. 3. Vitamin B12. The nerve protector. We often talk about protein and calcium for leg strength, but few people understand the vital role that vitamin B12 plays in your nervous system. It's essential for the proper function of your nerves, ensuring that the electrical signals that travel down your spine and into your legs are strong and accurate. Without proper signaling, you can experience muscle weakness, instability, and a gradual loss of control over your movements. Not surprisingly, one of the most common signs of a B12 shortage is legs that feel heavy and tired, often with numbness or tingling. But here's the problem. Vitamin B12 deficiency is surprisingly common among seniors. Unlike other vitamins that can be stored in fat or absorbed from a wide range of foods, B12 absorption is more delicate because it depends on gut health. To absorb B12 from food, your body needs a specific protein called intrinsic factor and enough stomach acid. Both of these can decline with age, and absorption can be further hindered by conditions like gastritis, acid reflux, and even long-term use of antibiotics. When you add in the fact that many seniors eat diets low in B12-rich foods, it leads to a slow but steady loss of this vital nutrient. Feeling weak is just one of many symptoms of B12 deficiency. Left untreated, it can lead to irreversible nerve damage that affects your balance, coordination, and reflexes. Many seniors who have trouble walking, fall often, or just feel like their legs don't work as well as they used to are experiencing the neurological effects of a B12 deficiency. The decline is usually so subtle that people simply accept it as a natural part of getting older, when in fact, it is completely preventable. The great news is that restoring B12 levels can have a dramatic impact on energy and movement. When seniors address their deficiency, research shows their strength, endurance, and leg function all improve significantly. So, where do you get this vital vitamin? Unlike many other nutrients, vitamin B12 is found almost exclusively in animal products. Great sources include lean meats, fish, eggs, dairy, and especially shellfish like clams and liver. For those who follow plant-based diets or have absorption issues, B12 supplements or B12 fortified foods like cereals and plant-based milks are a must. The good news: B12 is one of the safest supplemental vitamins because any excess is simply flushed out in your urine. Many older adults, especially those who struggle to absorb it from diet alone, can benefit from taking higher dose B12 pills or getting regular injections. Regular blood tests can help you maintain optimal levels and prevent the slow loss of leg function that often comes with a deficiency. But the most important thing to remember is this: strong legs are about more than muscle. The nervous system is what controls efficiency, reaction time, and coordination. If your nerves aren't firing properly, your legs won't respond well to exercise. So, maintaining adequate B12 levels is one of the most underrated but powerful strategies for preserving mobility and quality of life as you age. 4. Magnesium. The muscle relaxer. Magnesium is the quiet force in the background that helps your muscles smoothly contract and relax with every step you take. It acts as the master regulator of muscle activity, preventing spasms, reducing fatigue, and supporting endurance. One of the most common yet underdiagnosed signs of a magnesium deficiency is leg cramps and restless leg syndrome. Nighttime cramps, which affect many seniors, are more than just an annoyance. They are a sign that your body is struggling to regulate muscle relaxation. Magnesium is essential for anyone who suffers from muscle tension or involuntary contractions because it helps calm hyperactive nerve signals and prevents muscles from stiffening up unexpectedly. But magnesium isn't just for muscles. It also plays a key role in bone density and joint health. While calcium is usually the star for bone health, magnesium is essential for calcium to work correctly. This mineral controls the movement of calcium, ensuring it goes into your bones instead of soft tissues, where it could cause joint pain and stiffness. This is a crucial part of overall mobility. Studies have shown that older adults with higher magnesium intake have stronger bones and a lower incidence of fractures. Magnesium deficiency is so common because it's easily lost through stress, medication, and poor diet. Many medications commonly taken by seniors, like diuretics and certain blood pressure drugs, deplete magnesium levels. And diets that are low in magnesium-rich foods often lead to a deficiency that silently erodes strength, endurance, and flexibility. This is why many seniors notice a slow but steady decline in their stamina, leading to shorter walks, slower stair climbing, and general fatigue after even light effort. Age isn't the only factor. Improper nutrition also plays a role in reduced performance. When you replenish magnesium, the effect on your leg health can be fast, easing cramps, boosting energy, and restoring a feeling of comfortable movement. The best way to get magnesium is through food. Foods high in magnesium include leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and legumes. Avocados, almonds, pumpkin seeds, spinach, and black beans are all great sources. For those who don't get enough from food alone, magnesium supplements, particularly the more easily absorbed magnesium citrate or magnesium glycinate, can be helpful. When magnesium levels are restored, a remarkable shift happens. Legs that once felt heavy and weak respond with more vitality as seniors get up and move. Those who suffer from muscle cramps and stiffness report feeling better, which in turn improves their sleep and mobility. Magnesium also improves balance and coordination by regulating the neuromuscular connections that control steady movement. 5. Potassium. The cramp stopper. Have you ever woken up and had a sudden leg cramp? This is a common sign of low potassium levels. Potassium is a crucial regulator of muscle function because it maintains a healthy balance of fluids inside and outside your cells. When potassium levels are too low, it can lead to muscle cramps and other painful contractions. Besides being a nuisance, severe cramps can be crippling for older adults who may already have reduced circulation or muscle mass. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Have you ever felt your legs feel shaky after standing for a long time? Or maybe you've had a stiffness that makes it hard to walk. Potassium helps control impulses sent from nerves to muscles, allowing for smooth, coordinated movement. Low levels make it harder for your brain to send signals to your leg muscles, which can cause you to feel weak, shaky, or have trouble lifting your feet correctly, all of which increase your risk of falling. And let's face it, preventing falls is the most important thing for seniors. Surprisingly, potassium is as important for strong bones as it is for strong muscles. It helps neutralize acids in your body that can slowly dissolve bone density. Research shows that a diet rich in potassium can reduce bone loss, which in turn lowers the risk of osteoporosis and maintains structural strength in your legs. It's not just about muscle function. Potassium also plays a role in keeping your joints healthy. So, how do you make sure your legs are getting enough potassium? Nature has given us a ton of delicious foods that are high in potassium. You might think of bananas first, but that's really just the beginning. Avocados, spinach, beans, oranges, and sweet potatoes are all great sources. A baked potato with the skin on actually has more potassium than a banana. To keep your muscles and bones consistently nourished, it's important to include a variety of these foods in your daily diet. For people who struggle to get enough potassium from food alone, supplements might seem like an easy answer. The recommended daily allowance is 3,400 milligrams for men and 2,600 milligrams for women. A balanced diet full of fruits, vegetables, and beans can usually provide this amount. If you have kidney disease, high blood pressure, or any other health issue that affects potassium levels, you should talk to a doctor to find the right dosage for you. 6. Vitamin K. The bone builder. When we talk about vitamins for strong bones, calcium and vitamin D are usually the first things that come to mind. But these nutrients won't work well without vitamin K. Think of vitamin K as a traffic controller, directing calcium to your bones where it belongs, instead of letting it build up in your arteries or soft tissues, where it can cause stiffness, poor circulation, and heart disease. This is especially important for seniors to keep their legs healthy and mobile. Studies have shown that people who consume more vitamin K have stronger bones, a lower risk of fractures, and better overall bone health. That's because vitamin K activates a protein called osteocalcin, which binds calcium to the bone, making bones denser and stronger. But that's not all vitamin K does. This vitamin is also important for maintaining healthy joints and strong muscles. The importance of strong bones, flexible joints, and good muscles in maintaining healthy legs is often overlooked. Research has shown that vitamin K can help reduce inflammation in the joints and relieve knee stiffness, a common complaint among older adults. This in turn can slow down the progression of osteoarthritis. If you experience knee pain or stiffness when you stand up from a chair or after standing for a long time, vitamin K could be the vitamin you need to relieve your discomfort and maintain your mobility. Vitamin K may also help maintain muscle strength and coordination, which is linked to a lower risk of falls, poor balance, and trouble walking. New studies suggest this is especially true for older adults. It does this by helping to regulate calcium levels inside muscle cells, which ensures proper contractions and prevents the kind of clumsy movements that can cause instability. Vitamin K1, the most common form in plants, is found in leafy greens like spinach, kale, Swiss chard, collard greens, and Brussels sprouts. Vitamin K2, on the other hand, is found in a more powerful form in fermented foods like natto, fermented soybeans, aged cheeses, and some animal products like liver and egg yolks. K2 is especially useful because it has a longer half-life and a better ability to direct calcium from your arteries into your bones. The best way to naturally boost your vitamin K levels is to eat more leafy greens and fermented foods. Just one serving of kale in a smoothie or a side of sautéed spinach per day can make a big difference. However, for people whose digestive systems aren't working well or who are on long-term antibiotics, supplementation may be an option, but be cautious. Vitamin K is involved in blood clotting and can interfere with blood-thinning medications like warfarin, so it's important to talk to your doctor before taking more of this vitamin. 7. Vitamin B6, the master conductor. Most people don't realize how important vitamin B6, also called pyridoxine, is for maintaining strong legs and healthy muscles. While many nutrients help with movement, vitamin B6 is especially important for the proper function of nerves, the repair of muscles, and the efficient use of protein for building and maintaining muscle mass. Even the strongest muscles can atrophy without it, making even the simplest of motions, like getting out of a chair or going upstairs, feel like an uphill battle. The role that vitamin B6 plays in nerve communication and coordination is one of its lesser-known but crucial functions. A lack of B6 can cause these impulses to slow down or be misdirected, which can cause tingling, numbness, and even a shaky gait. Many seniors mistake these symptoms for age-related muscle wasting, when, in fact, the underlying cause is a lack of nutrients needed to support proper neuromuscular function. Preventing inflammation-related muscular tiredness is another important role that vitamin B6 plays. Reduced muscle pain and maintained flexibility and resilience are benefits of vitamin B6, which aids in the regulation of the body's inflammatory responses. A possible gamica could be boosting your vitamin B6 consumption if you've been dealing with persistent stiffness or sluggish recovery after exertion. In addition to its role in skeletal muscle, vitamin B6 is essential for the synthesis of red blood cells. Muscles are fueled and maintained with the endurance required for prolonged activity by these cells. Ability to carry oxygen throughout the body. If your hemoglobin levels are low due to a B6 deficiency, your muscles may not get enough oxygen, which can lead to early weariness, heavy feelings, and decreased stamina. Experiencing excessive fatigue even after brief periods of modest activity may be your body's method of requesting additional vitamin B6. How is this vital vitamin produced? B6 is fortunately abundant in many tasty and easily accessible foods. Great sources include chicken, fish, especially salmon and tuna, bananas, potatoes, chickpeas, and fortified grains. Your neurological function and muscle strength can be supported by naturally replenishing your B6 levels, which can be achieved by include these items in your daily meals. To attain optimal levels, B6 supplementation may be required for persons with gastrointestinal problems, impaired nutritional absorption, or food restrictions. Older persons usually require about 1.5 milligrams of vitamin B6 daily for women and 1.7 milligrams of vitamin B6 daily for men. However, this does vary by age and gender. While getting enough B6 from dietary sources is usually safe, long-term misuse of high-dose pills can cause nerve damage. So, it's important to be careful. The most effective tactic is to prioritize a well-rounded diet that is abundant in B6 sources, guaranteeing a consistent supply without needless dangers. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you thought it was useful. As a result, we are able to provide you with better content. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for future topics, please share them with us in the space provided below. Thank you for contacting us. If you would like to receive our most recent health advice and insights in your inbox, be sure to subscribe and enable notifications. Until our next video, keep well, stay informed.